Alright, I've seen on YouTube that there's a lot of videos about one-piece cranks, and it's like, I was thinking maybe I should make a video on how to convert a one-piece crank to a three-piece crank if you're doing that sort of conversion. I've already took the liberties of taking pedal off, if you look. Pedals are off, back wheels off if you go to back wheel. Back wheels off, look, yeah, everything's off. And I've already loosened this bolt up, so my three-piece crank's down there, by the way. If you want to do this, the stuff you'll need will be grease, just ordinary grease. You need a set of Allen keys, obviously, a hammer. You'll also need a flat-headed screwdriver, this combination multi-wrench thing, a size 15 spanner, and a size 17 for the pedals. When removing this, remove it just like this. But remember, you always have to go to your left. You have to go to your right, actually. Right? It's righty. It's righty. It's right. It's not righty tighty. It's righty looser. So it's a little bit different. It may just be a little bit tighter than this because I've already had this off quite a few times. Let's just take this off then. Get a container. It's always good to get a container to store your stuff in. This is where a screwdriver comes in, a flat-headed, because you have to remove this little it's like a washer, but it has a little nib on it of some sort. If you look closely, you see that nib. Yeah. Now, when you're removing this is like part of the bottom bracket, but it's a one piece, so it's not really important. When removing this, always go to your right, not to your left. Again, it's your bottom bracket, so it may be a little bit tighter than this when you're first doing it, but as you might see, mine is well greased. Oh, be prepared when you don't wear if you haven't got gloves, it's going to be a bit like sticky and messy, so just be prepared for that if you're gonna do it without gloves on. Right, that's the bottom bracket, the big nut thing you're taking off. When taking it out, you should always remove it. You should always remove these ball joints first. A minute. Oops, I think I broke that one. Right, and this is your one-piece crank. I should remove these ball joints. This is your one-piece crank, a basic one-piece crank. It just looks pretty rubbish. Just put that to one side over there. These are what you should have after you've taken it to pieces. And if you look, that is basically what you'll see inside your where your crank's supposed to go, and your bottom bracket. Right, give that a little clean on both sides to get rid of any excess oil or grease. And now what you want to do, you want to start by taking your gloves off if you're wearing gloves, obviously. Take your gloves off because you'll need to assemble your three-piece crank. And assembling your three-piece crank is a little bit more complex. if you think about it. You start off with your spindle. This is your spindle. Oops. You start off with your spindle, which is just like this. That's disgusting. You start off with your spindle. This is your spindle. You got this is just a 36 tooth sprocket. But you need a washer behind it. Where's my washer? There's my washer. There's the washer. This is also a very greasy job as well, so just to be warned. Now you got your right arm, which has also got your to connect your sprocket together. You simply put this on, and well, you've only got one hole to fit it to. So when you're fitting it, you should have a little bolt like this size-ish, and you should never tighten it up fully. That's one thing, if you can help that. And if I can think how you tighten it up, then. Now, this is where you need your Allen keys. You need a size 6 Allen key. It's still a bit messy because, like, it's something that had oil on at one point, and it might be a bit like really tight if you're I have to say, attaching like a spindle is probably one of the most annoying jobs you have to do. That's probably about all I can say about this thing, because I'm not very good at attaching it myself. Right, no, oops. Well, that didn't exactly work, did it? Right, you don't want to over tighten it too much. You just want to a reasonable adjustment. Now you have one of your crank bolts. This is going in your right arm. First, we should apply a little bit of grease. If you look, this is the grease. It's not very nice, obviously, because it's just yucky grease. You want to apply a little bit just in there, like so. Can you see that? And then just wipe any excess off. Then apply your bolt. And again, using the 6, just tighten this up. Don't tighten it too tight. We can come back to that. Now you have another bolt at the top. Right, this needs to be tightened as well. This also needs to be tightened. Don't tighten it too tight again. Now I think we're ready to attach the crank. If you look, it's nice and stable. Now you need to grease up your where the bottom bracket's got to go. Right. So Cameron, if you just film this up here. If you look, that's reasonably greasy. And now what we need to do is you have some ball bearings. As you might look, mine's not like the best bottom bracket. Oh god, I'm missing. And now you need to apply a little bit of grease onto your where the sprocket was. Just a little bit of grease, just like so, and push this through. Right, am I on the right side? No, I'm on the wrong side. Sorry about that. We need to grease the other side. Just the same process, but on the other side. Right. So that's that. Now I need to apply some more ball bearings and put the crank on through, like so. And it should look a bit like this at the moment. Now we have this bolt, again, another one. It's similar to the one-piece one, but you also apply this on. And when tightening it, tighten it going to your left side. So when tightening it, go to your left. Alright. It's a very greasy job, by the way, so you may need your flathead again. And also advise, try to do it on laminate or something, because you get hairs on your stuff, which is like probably not the best thing to do. I wish this would be quicker to tighten on. Oh God. I really regret taking this out on the sand earlier. Grit just gets everywhere. Yeah, I'm sorry about the size of my sprocket as well. My sprocket's really big. I've got a 25 tooth United sprocket on order, so it's not too bad. And I'm also ordering a Sunday Funday frame. And I've got an Odyssey mono lever in Fire Engine Red coming on Wednesday, I think it is. And also, when tightening this, make sure it's not too tight. You don't want it like over tighten it. You don't want to over tighten it. So just to the point where you can't push it anymore. Right. So it should look like a little bit like this. It should be very flat, very smooth, and just wipe it off with anything that you have. Now, if you take this, this is another thing. Take this, you can put this on here where it's supposed to go. You have another bolt, which is this one. Fasten this one on. Sorry, I'm just trying to get into the video timing. Once you've done that, just tighten it up a little bit. This is where the multi-wrench comes in. Tighten it up like so. Like that. Now you have your left side. You have your left arm of the crank. Just add a little bit of grease in there. Put a little bit of grease on your spindle as well, just a tiny bit, like so. Wipe the excess off your hands. Put it on. Make sure as well that you can try to get it equal, because if your crank isn't equal, well, I'm sure you can guess what would happen. Now just tighten this bolt up. As I was saying, remember, don't over tighten it. And now you have your last bolt to put on. What's time? 30 minutes, not too bad for me. Sorry, now I'm rushing. Right, this is your 3-piece crank. It should look a little bit like this. If you tilt the back over, can just take a little view of it. It should look a little bit like this. Obviously add pedals to it, and this is a 175mm and it's Cremola, and it's also has the GT Interceptor over there if you look. Okay, stop the video.